Hello, welcome to the Principles of Leadership in the New Age.
Woohoo! New age! I love it.
Yes. So, so to start off, let's share a story about how I led from survival, not centered. Here we go. I was 8. It was my 8th birthday. I was like the man of the house now. My father had left. And my mother had decided to get me a clown for my birthday. I know, right? A clown. I ran. Yeah, I ran. But my body was screaming stop
Really?
to face that fear. So in this masterclass, we're going to strip back what has been done. We're not adding theory, we're stripping back instead of adding more theory. And what do you notice when you breathe into responsibility to lead, not the image of it?
I notice a weight, a heaviness, but also a focus.
Nice. Where in your body do you carry that pressure to lead?
In my heart.
It's awesome.
So sometimes, like now, as I'm talking about it, focusing, I can feel it in my shoulders and into my hands. I get a tingly feeling, but it actually just generates from my heart.
Nice. Now, a story, a leader who did everything right by the book, that created tension and fear and burnout in their team. Now, realistically, there's probably only one that sits in memory right now, and it's probably the one that's currently serving under. The leadership there does everything by the book that generates fear as a response to wrongdoing. Now you think, how does somebody come to deal with things like that? How does somebody deal with the pressures of somebody yelling and screaming at them with fear in their eyes? And for me, it's about breath, the functionality of breathing, focusing on my breath while I'm actually in the presence of him, focusing solely on that. And that allows me to sustain myself from reacting poorly. Because if we react poorly, we feel the fire of fear. And we don't want to do that. So that is the frame of control versus coherence. he's trying to control, I'm using coherence because I can understand. And now, in that light, my team is now under my leadership, not the leadership of fear. Because without integrity, the nervous system, the cost of charisma, without integrity, is lost. You're just another, another show, another cardboard box being blown around in space without integrity, without showing up, giving space, giving respect, teaching leaders to lead themselves is what a true leader does. There's 4 pillars in this new age leadership. Pillar 1 is emotional precision. And what
How do you spell
emotion?
precision?
Precision.
Thank you.
No worries. What emotions distort your clarity when pressure hits?
Anger.
Mm,
I've
that's a
had
big one.
2. Anger was before I started with ICI.
Mhm.
That was one. The second one that I had was recently, and it was just really, really quick, and it was what is it when you try to explain yourself? What's that called? When you defend? Defense. It was a defense. Yeah. So they're the 2 that I've seen over the last 3 years.
Nice.
Hmm. Anger and defense.
Now, that used to be the old me,
Hmm.
100%.
Hmm. I've
What
only ever,
emotion?
it's only been twice over the last sort of
Yeah,
3 years, maybe 4, but
yeah,
definitely there. They're definitely there, waiting to rear their ugly head.
absolutely. Like, I can say for the first 40 years, I probably lived emotionless
Yeah, but you
where
don't have
clarity
emotion.
and pressure hits. Like, it was such a real experience lived where something didn't go how I wanted it to go. Emotion would come in. I would say some words, some choice words. I didn't swear a lot. I used smart words, but it was still emotionally driven.
Now, my 2 responses were emotional knee jerks. I
Nice.
didn't even know I was saying it, just bang, both
Yeah.
times.
So emotional precision, understanding
Emotion.
your emotion, understanding it, and being accountable to it.
Hmm. Hmm.
Somatic presence
Is that number
is
2?
number 2. Now, this is a really interesting one.
Hmm.
What is the difference between being in the room and being felt in the room.
I don't know. Somatic breathing,
Nope,
somatic presence.
nope. It's
I've
when
got no
you
idea.
it's when you can stand there and look at a driver, not say a word, and he knows that that's enough and to walk away. That's the power of presence. It's when you walk into a room and everybody looks at you.
I have that.
But you do not react to it. You go to where you need to go, you see who you need to see, and you move on. Number 3, value-led decisions. Being in a real-life leadership regret that violated your values to meet results. If your values have to be violated, there's regret in there, then your values are laying on the floor, floundering like fishes without water.
Say that again. Say that whole thing again.
Really?
Yep. Because this is the one that I told myself unlovable. This is the one I told myself at 18 or 17. Say it again.
Bringing in a real life, no, yes, bringing in real life leadership regret that has violated your values to meet results. So if you're violating your values to get results, they're fish floundering on the ground without water. Because values are what hold people up. If your values aren't in line, where do you go? How do you know which path to go down? Values aligned is where it's going to go. Number 4, relational integrity. Who is paying the price for the conversation you're avoiding to have? Yeah. If you can't have the tough conversations,
Well, I've
but
started having them.
but there's a difference between having a tough conversation that's led with fear and one that's led with pure understanding
Mm, mm,
and respect.
Mine are definitely coming from understanding and respect. They're definitely there.
And silence to hold space
Mm,
for whatever comes
that's
up from
that
the other
started.
person.
Yeah, that started today. The silence started today. Mhm.
Let's talk about section 4, which is talking about the exact moment that I realized that my current strategy couldn't carry the next version of me.
Mm. What do you mean, section 4? The relational integrity?
Nope, this is leadership edge reveal. So this is a brand new section. This is section 4. We're talking about the exact moment I realized my current strategy that I had could not carry me to where I wanted to go. "2020 happened. Well,
Didn't it
actually,
just?
2019 to be precise.
Oh, really? You were ahead of us. Mum's
2019.
2021.
2019.
Mm.
My relationship had failed, had tanked. I had nothing to my name apart from a car and my belongings. That car soon died. Hallelujah.
May she rest in peace.
Yeah, in pieces. Cool. Um, but yeah, so from that moment, the end of 2019, my relationship in pieces. I'm living in a room that I've rented from some South African couple. I started realizing what I had to do. I had to move. And no, this wasn't about running away. This was about facing the things that I had very kept away from, but I had to go face it and start the healing that was needed between my boys and myself. So early 2020, I talked to my state manager. He got me transferred to where I work now. And that set me on a path to where I stand now. Because in those first couple of years of 2020, I found Simon Sinek, Jay Shetty. I've adopted a model similar to Simon Sinek's, and Jay Shetty's words healed me along the way. I have some questions for the group. What am I leading that no longer aligns? A
I
bit of
still have a
time.
remnant of the victim.
Mhm.
I still have a remnant of the um, unworthy. There are only remnants,
Mhm.
and I am actually fighting them,
Mhm.
but they're both there.
Okay. That's fine.
Unworthy and victim. Small, but they're there.
No worries. Where am I trying to lead without capacity?
Connection, mistrust. I
Yeah,
hate what COVID did to us. It was
absolutely.
already going to happen, but those two
Yeah.
things, mistrust and lack of connection, it's completely against our
Mhm.
spiritual needs, which
Yes.
is the lower of the six emotional
Yeah.
needs that we have.
Yeah. Yeah.
And I I am a leader in this area.
Nice. What must I restore before I expand?
I've started exploring introductions
Mhm.
through Skillster.
Mhm.
I'm at that stage of how to make small talk so that they're trusting you.
Yep.
There's a certain framework to it
No worries.
because I do. I do 10,000 steps a day, so I meet a lot of people, and I help them take pictures of their families, and I say hello, and I pat the dogs, and it's just, it's nice. I have this whole thing, and I make sure I wear the same hat so that they know who I am. It's a Brisbane Lions hat. They know who I am. They've seen me many times,
Very
and
good.
yeah, it's nice. It's nice, and
Nice.
so today was an old, if you don't mind me,
No,
just
you're fine. You're fine.
yeah. So this grandpa and granddad, she
Hmm.
had the pram. There's a little girl in that, I found out later on, under a year old, and the little 2, maybe 3-year-old little boy. He was right, you know, and he was on the left side,
Yeah.
there, right, and so I was power walking, and she's like, okay, little one, you could see he just moved in behind her, and as I walked past, I said, oh, it's okay, Grandma, let him take up the whole road, and they kind of smiled. I kept going, and on the way back, they were at the park. And as I walked up, I said to Grandpa, can I approach you and take a little picture of this scene here, please, Granddad? I said, this is beautiful. He's with the swing, and he's swinging the 3-year-old and giving it a little push. And she's on the flat swing, like that hammock looking thing. And
Hmm.
she's got the little 1-year-old, and oh, it's just bloody gorgeous. Bloody hell.
Nice.
Bloody. So, I've always taken pictures of people because I lived in the city, you see. So, across the um, beautiful Story Bridge, people from all over the world. I used to walk it twice a day.
Hmm.
I just want, like, that was my interaction with them the second time. Like, would you mind if I approach you? I mean, it's nice, it's still respectful, but I think there's just a different layer there of trust that I would like
Hmm.
to give. So that's where
Yeah.
I'm working at the moment.
Cool. This isn't a strategy. It's a standard you walk out of here with. A couple more prompts. In the next session, I will lead with. What am I going to lead with? In the next session, next season, I will lead with. I was talking about the next session. Maybe it's next season because we go through seasons,
We do.
and that's a prompt for you guys out there.
So what am I going to, the
In the
question,
next season, I will lead with.
I like the idea of the standard, not strategy. I actually had not thought about that before,
Hmm.
which brings it all the way back into what I'm learning with Michael Neal, is that it's an inside out.
Yes.
Simon Sinek does the same sort of thing, but
Yeah.
Michael Neal's very pointed on it.
Yeah.
So yeah, I like that standard because I have a very interesting standard with humanity.
Hmm.
So
And the
I,
other and the other one
mhm, okay.
is, and the one practice that will keep me in that space is. So what are we going to practice that will keep us in the space?
For me, it's about building that relationship with inside myself. I think you opened up when you said about values
Hmm.
and presence
Hmm.
and emotional precision.
Hmm.
For me, it sits in that realm, specifically spiritual,
Hmm.
but secondary. I just love to smile. I love to see other people smiling. It's lovely taking a picture of that for them. Thank you. Like it's just lovely to have
Hmm.
that in life. Leaving someone with a smile. What
Yeah.
a wonderful thing to do.
And with that, it's received and you're not alone with that.
I like the old adage, and I don't know who said it, but smile and the world smiles with you, frown and you're all alone.
Yeah.
Or smile and I actually, they've actually proven that when you smile to a baby, that baby will recognize that and smile back at you next time it sees you.
Yeah.
Also, too, when you smile, it's contagious. You'll actually smile. When someone smiles at you, you'll actually end up smiling at somebody else.
Yeah.
It's contagious.
It is. What is one principle to embody over the next week? It's make it simple, actionable, and internal. It's not performative.
I'm just going to keep on doing my 10,000 steps.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm going to keep on having the attitude of I am a leader, and these people just need someone to show them how to be in a community. Just to be that person in the mirror that I need the change to happen in our community. One person can make a difference.
Yeah.
So pick up rubbish, exercise, say nice things to dogs and hello to children as they're walking past, you know. That's
Nice.
what I'm going to continue to do this week.
That's awesome.
Thank you.
And that's where this masterclass ends.
Wow, that was really good. That was really good.